Preparing to live stream. Your meeting. Loading bar. Done. Redirecting to YouTube. Oh, we're live. All right, so there we go. All right, everybody. We're live on YouTube, and let's get this party started. So I have missed 2 meetings, so I'm not going to go first today. I need to kind of hear what's been going on. So who would like to volunteer, please, to go first today with their project updates?
I can go first.
Thank you, sir.
So I have 2 updates that are going to require me to share my screen. So let me just get on the right screen here. Okay. So we had Angelo who submitted a proposal for funding.
Oh, nice.
In Sway, and it reached all the requirements of votes and views. And so I wanted to just show everyone here what it looks like on my end, because I can essentially now accept this, right? So essentially, if we look at this particular proposal, oh, 1 second, so long to load. You can see the actual proposal, and then here are the votes. And we require that there are at least 2 strengths that people put in, and that there are at least 2 weaknesses for the person to be able to look at, and we have 2 of those. No one asked any questions. So ultimately, what the next step would be for me to come in here and to accept this, and then it shows up as accepted, and then ultimately it would be up to the Treasury folks to then fund it. So I just wanted to share this and just make sure that everyone is thumbs up that is the process that we follow. So once something reaches this, then in this meeting would just be to notify everyone that this is to be accepted. This one over here, which is also to be accepted, that was my test one. So people have gone through and actually made comments on that. So hey, maybe I should actually go ahead with it. So I am going to accept this, and then that will move forward. So and then Gerardo did say he's thinking of actually just putting his proposal in here that is already accepted, just so that it is in here and we have it for
the record,
for records, right?
Can you do me a favor, Kevin, and click into the proposal a little bit? Just I did not personally get a chance to comment on this one, so I'd love to see. So we had 4, looks like 4 comments, 15 views up at the top.
Yeah. So
yeah, 15 views, and what's that there? 14. Oh, votes. Okay, and it took 6 days.
Yeah.
Okay, may I see the up at the very top? Or okay, yeah, that's fine. Yes. Angelo.
On the chat, you can see the slide, Ken. I put the link there.
Thank you.
What I say from this experiment, from showing the proposal, is I invite a lot of people. Most of the people never know anything about the EXO. And I add at least 7 people who didn't know anything about EXO. They are now inside the community, which is cool, which is cool because you can invite people from everywhere.
That's fantastic. All right, cool. No, I just wanted to see just a little bit there, Kevin. We don't have to go through the whole thing. I'll go into Sway and look around. But the reason I asked is because my question in response to this is, how did it go? Did you enjoy the proposal process, Angelo? Kevin, was it relatively easy for us as a group to administer? I believe it looks like it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I don't know from Angela's side, but I mean, it's just
in my opinion, it's fantastic. It's a very clever way to synthesize the idea and define it soon. You need to consider that it's clear, it's simple, it's easy going, and also it's trackable. You can see what happened during the process, which is very good. I love it. I like it a lot, and also I share it with my peers.
That's great,
very
and
good. Better than Corfo. Over here in Chile, is a institution called Corfo, and they use AI for check the project, but they lose the chance to talk with the people. Over here you can present, talk, and discuss the idea. Which
I love it.
Very good.
Okay, wonderful. That is a great piece of feedback on this piece of technology that we're trying to implement into our operations as a form of governance for proposal acceptance and funding. So, yay. Thank you.
Gerardo,
I just made the mistake. I just made the mistake of looking at the YouTube channel and my brain just broke a little bit. Okay, because it's the time lag. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so
I say accept it. Yeah, let's do it.
Congratulations, Angelo.
Yeah, well done. Do I have this? Hang on.
Yes, really good job.
So I was talking with Kevin about use case also for SWI. So we have the Mana Marketplace as a funded project. I want to put it there, and my idea is also to create community out of this. A little bit like Kickstarter. Like you have like some milestones that you want to put to update the people who vote for you, and then you continue building on that. So that is one idea. The other is that it will be cool if members of the team can access the project to make some changes, because sometimes we divide tasks. So it will be easier if other members can enter to the project and edit, having editing rights.
Okay, interesting. So we should talk about what happens after a project is approved, but effectively it goes to the Treasury. There's not some other step, and the Treasury will then have to execute on whatever was promised, but the project itself needs to be managed in a decentralized, autonomous way. So I don't think there's anything centralized that we would manage for that. But your proposal is going to stay here and can be a point of reference, right? It's a baseline, a wonderful thing to have available at all times. I don't think there's any intention to take that away in any sense. The licensing model for this product, effectively, we're on a very gracious setup from the founders of this company. And we just need to have a chat with them. And once we examine this use case, I think they'll be very happy to get our feedback. So we'll schedule that. Okay, Gerardo?
Great, thanks.
Yeah, it's really great insights.
Then the other update I want to give is I did send an email and a platform message just mentioning the 17th of December to end the year off with this event, the Decade of EXO. And you'll see, this isn't live yet. I'm still finalizing this page, but you will see there is the button here, register using EXOs. If you click that, it'll take you here where essentially you can, there's the wallet address or a QR code, and you can then essentially sign up. So essentially do the transfer, and then you can just...
Can you scroll up just a little bit? I want to try. I want to try it. Can you scroll up a little bit? There you go. Okay. There it goes. Got it.
And so that would be for a single ticket, but if you want to buy multiple tickets, then there's a separate form, and then there's just this little video here on how you find your transaction ID that I created. So you're using either of the two wallets. As soon as this goes live, this will be one way that people can actually join using ExO. So,
hey Kevin, do you want to say like at least like 1 or 2 minutes on the back end of this event that you're putting on, the Open Collective piece?
Sure. So yes, absolutely. So if you actually are going to register using fiat, we are using Open Collective as a test case. So Open Collective really is a platform that allows you to essentially raise funds, and it's an open crowdfunding type of platform. And so
awesome. Thank you.
The decade of the ExO is going to be here if you want to then join using fiat. And what we actually going to do as part of it is to pre-sell the second edition of Exponential Organizations. This also needs just some updating. I'm still waiting on Salim for a video over there. But ultimately, once this is done, any the budget, the contributors, any updates, etc., all happen here within Open Collective. A little bit, Gerardo, like what you were talking about from a Sway point of view, actually, for follow up. So we're also testing this to see how that's going to work. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, a system like Open Collective is actually perfect for the Open ExO community as we become more and more decentralized, right? Because you can then assign roles to people. Everything is open. It really is the way we would want to go as a community.
I want to add 2 key things. Number one is it's open, truly open. We're Open ExO. This is Open Collective. Everything is clear, transparent, and in your face. Like there's nowhere to hide. I mean, you put the money there, the money gets spent there. It's literally a back office for distributed operations like ours. So that's super cool. It gets administered by your fiscal host. There are 2 possible fiscal hosts for ExO or Open ExO related projects. One is Open ExO Inc., a public benefit corporation. And by the way, the B in benefit is our community. It's who it benefits, is our community. And then there's the Fast Track Institute. So if a collective needs to be operating as a nonprofit, then it chooses the Fast Track Institute as its fiscal host. If the collective is a for-profit endeavor, then it chooses Open ExO Inc. as its fiscal host. There's an incubation team or a whole team that we have now trained up behind the scenes. So there's a lovely lady named Marina who is a financial administrator now for the Open Collectives. And so as people submit an expense report into Open Collective, eventually it'll get okayed by the collective admin and a button will be clicked and payment will be processed through, Stripe is in, TransferWise is out. So, and then all of that is logged and shown with clear transparency on fees and everything on the collective itself. So I'm super excited about it. We're early with it and we are probably going to make mistakes. But at the end of the day, I think this method combined with something, so you've got Sway, you've got Open Collective, you've got your organization supporting you as fiscal hosts. Let's just say you get in a big project, like you even wanted to run a sprint or something like that. Run it as a collective. Now everybody knows what everybody gets paid and how the money flows and how it works. And do you need to have a company or a JV for that? No, you can actually just run it and host it and have a trusted intermediary for your fiscal host. That's pretty neat. And I have a path to getting ExOs integrated in Open Collective. I just can't quite execute on it yet. So really excited about that too. Imagine that. That'll be fun. So anyway, exciting stuff, a long time in the making. You guys have no idea, but nonetheless, here we are. Thank you, Kevin, so much for doing those. I love it. I love it. All right, so let's keep going. Sorry, I'm asking too many questions because I haven't been here for 2 weeks. Let's jump to Gerardo. Did you go? Yeah, okay.
Yes. So we had amazing people in the advisory call, really, and these people referred to us to other amazing people. So it's really, really, really cool. It's working. Now we are also having a strategy to create community with ExOs. And you just remind me that we have a pending call you and me, Kent. So I want to talk about the incubator, but also about having developers in exchange of ExO. Someone told me that you have some information about that, so I would love to explore that.
Oh, just let's add that to our agenda if it's for me. Yeah.
Cool. Great.
Okay.
So on the other side, Canada, the whole ecosystem in Canada is going into the food industry. So that is amazing too. So we'll be talking with Javin's team, Ken Merkel too. So it's something that it will be very, very, very cool. So very happy of seeing this.
That's fantastic news. So far, so good. If anybody's got bad news, we should get it out right now, so the rest of the meeting's good. All right, let's see. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a quick comment, Gerardo. You should also connect with Marianne in Canada, because she has some contacts on like I think one of Canada's biggest 3D print. Not 3D printed yet, but tofu maker, like artisanal tofu maker. So there might be some connections also with food.
Oh, great! Thank you, Jaroslav. Yes, Marianne is in Javin's team, right? That Marianne you're talking about.
Probably. Okay, cool. Okay, perfect. Thanks. That's great then. Okay. So you're connected.
Mm-hmm. I'm officially switching this over to popcorn style. Gerardo, you get to pick who's next. Don't pick me, please.
So I choose Nikki.
Thank you. So I have a success story. I think we've figured out the wallet. I hope. It's still locking up on me, but I think that might be my computer rebooting or whatever that is. But Kent took a look and everything's working fine. And, as soon as the budget for executing on getting more people to the membership comes in, I can start spending. So I'll be building proposals in Sway and inviting people to the company, to the organization, and hopefully we'll get some action here at year end. The only thing I had a question about that's new is how much media attention do we want to attract people to this community? I know there's some legal issues about talking about what the value is of ExOs, but there's an opportunity to apply for an award for Fast Company magazine on the world's greatest, world-changing company of the year. And there are a few categories that we can still be in. A lot of them are individuals, but do we want that sort of thing? I mean, there's a little bit of a fee, but other than that, I think it would be great exposure, but the deadline coming up is December 11th. So I need you guys to say yay or nay.
So let me give you two things really quick. Just overarchingly, yes. Secondarily, there is a list of about 14 points that I need you to burn into your brain that have to be careful about how we talk publicly. And then after that, everything's pretty much open. And really, that is a bit of a temporary thing that you and I can have a separate call about that. And perhaps even post that here, although there are no issues with how you talk personally about your crypto. It's how a company talks about a project in our stage that matters greatly. And so that's key. So for me, it's a yes and with a couple of caveats about things we say.
Gotcha.
And promises we make. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Thank you.
Anybody else? Any objections? Is there a better way to ask even?
And just one quick question. Were you thinking to apply as EXO Economy or as all of Open EXO, like the whole thing?
We could do both, or we could do either. It's $295 to get in, and there are several categories that are generic enough that we fit. Everything else is industry specific. So we could do both if you're interested. Maybe both. I would probably go with like the whole thing. I think
I would too.
An interesting story. Yeah. And not to put too much emphasis on the economy part.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're a very unique community with our own global economy.
Yeah.
and it is the transformation economy. And then you've got our own media brand, which is the ExO World Media. We've got events, we've got podcasts. I don't know if you guys have been reading I mean, there's a kind of a hell of a story here that no one has picked up and told.
Exactly.
So Nikki, you're on the right track. Let's look at it from an umbrella perspective, but definitely a balanced view on all the different pieces. Yaroslav's training and certification programs are fantastic with Super IMPS.
And
Most
it's
of us have
income.
been, yeah,
It's revenue.
and it's income. So I mean, even our marketing team is doing what I consider to be tremendous work. And I'm talking about the team that was there before your part joined in, Nikki, and that's Ray and Kate and others. And I mean, there's just so much good stuff to talk about. Like, I mean, they're going to have to shut us up if they let us talk. So,
Well, I guess that would be the last thing on my request list is to get an invite to that call, that marketing call, so I can get to know what you guys are up to, so we can
I
integrate.
will do that right now. You are correct.
Awesome.
Are you free in 1 hour? Well, not quite. Nine. It's at 9:15 a.m. Pacific time today. Yes.
Okay.
You just
make
text me.
free.
Okay. Well, we're connected on WhatsApp. I'll add you now, and that'll be your first one. See?
Awesome.
See? Look at that. Talk about delivery. No.
Exactly.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Nikki, you pick next. That's what popcorn style means. That takes
Vanessa,
me
I
off
want
the hot
to
seat.
hear from you. Vanessa.
Hi, everybody. I'm happy that Nikki's wallet is working. All right. So my updates. This past week was kind of slow on our social media as far as like getting new followers. We only got like 1 new member on Discord channel, 2 followers on Twitter, 9 on LinkedIn, 2 on Instagram. There hasn't been no change on the ExO Economy Circle. I shared something today about the certification that is coming up on next month. Hopefully I shared that on the community and on the ExO Economy Circle. Maybe we'll see some changes from here to next week. And on the Open ExO community, we have 47 new members. So growing there, not as we see in the past weeks, but still getting people joining the community. I will be sharing everything, on all the channels about the certification that is coming up next, and can't wait for the material to be ready to share about the event in December. Really great what Kevin showed. So that's all I got for this week.
That thing's going to be our party, everybody. I mean,
Yes.
If you're watching this, like, and you're not in this meeting, you see this on YouTube or whatever, that meeting is our last. It's not a meeting; it's an event, and it really is our last event of the year, and it's meant for us to, to really celebrate what we've accomplished and to think about what we intend to accomplish next year. I will leave all of the rest of that to Kevin, but I'm excited about it in that respect.
Yes.
Thanks.
And then me picks who's next. Najib.
Sorry, I couldn't find my mute button. It's just to add to the exciting things. Something that we have not mentioned for a while, but it's part of something that it will touch all of us. We have been working for a few months in what is going to be the certifications to be into the blockchain. We have some conversations to see how we can integrate those certifications in some forms with the Open ExO certifications. What I mean is how we can issue directly the certificates once the person or the people finish the certificate. We have some manual processes there. Then we are evaluating how to involve third-party platforms just to be able to use it. We are very advanced. We are on the last stage. We had to rebrand it. We had to do a lot of things regarding to multi-coins, multi-blockchains, because the idea is to incentivize multiple chains to be able to use the same application and multiple applications. And it's something that is hopefully is going to be live very soon. And And hey, we all of us have certificates, and we all want some other programs to be having certificates is something that is very important. And then we would like to very soon just to do a short demo like we did in a few weeks of some of the other products. From the other technology aspect, we move forward again with the wallet, more iterations, and soon to be migrated. We are on the last stage to start to migrate DNS pointers. That is the last of the stage before that we go live with the wallets, and that's pretty much from my side.
Pick a successor. Yeah.
I joined you guys. I don't know who was already there, but I would say Gerardo. I don't know if Gerardo was already there.
He already went.
Okay, then Eric.
Thanks, Najib. Hey, folks. Good seeing everyone. So just a little quick follow-up from last week. I was supposed to have a little quick call with one community member who apparently had an issue with downloading the Exos wallet. I don't know if it was similar to what Nikki went through or not. So that was supposed to happen yesterday. It's actually happening in a couple of hours. So I'd be curious to see how that goes. Other than that, we'd still have a few more Exos distribution from our Exos reveal in English and Spanish that are still up for grabs. So the replays, again, are available on our website. And if anybody watches those and downloads the wallet and gets in touch with us, we're happy to get those distributed out. So we still have a little bit more to go with that. And other than that, we're just moving ahead with our internship, which is scheduled to roll for Southern Hemisphere countries starting in January. That's it. How about do we go over to Yaroslav?
Sure. So three, I think, updates from my side. The first one is that Vanessa, I hope we got your generous offer in the correct way, but Vanessa offered to kind of sponsor 3 people going through the certification. At least that's kind of what made most sense to us. And so what we have done actually is we have created a simple application. We have about 10 or 12 people that said over the last 6 months that like they would love to take it, but they just cannot afford it. So we essentially send them like a 3-question application that looks at it's basically like, who are you? How did you come to the community? What do you do? Second question is around what would you do with the certification and how it can benefit the community? And the third question is around like why you cannot afford it. Like why are you asking for the scholarship? And we're sending this out to people, and then they will come back to us and we will pick the best 3 out of that, and it's going towards next week's certification that is starting next week. And I think it's significant. I mean, besides Vanessa being willing to do that, which is great, I think it's also significant because for the first time we already have a simple. It's very simple, but we have a process for people who cannot afford the certification to kind of get it and to apply for it, and for us to give it to people who really need it the most, right? So I think it's quite nice, and yeah. So thank you, Vanessa, for doing that, and that's kind of the update on that one.
Can I just really quick, Yaroslav? I've sponsored several people over time. But what I just realized as I was listening was, I'll bet there's lots of people who'd like to sponsor people. Would anybody want, and I'm not saying it has to be you, Yaroslav, but would anybody want to put up another form that says, hey, would you like to sponsor someone? And if so, then fill this out, and then it gives you an address as a response, and that's a data inbound. And then you basically can crowdfund scholarship fund. And that ties back to some work that some other people in the community have done in the past as well, and sort of would almost formalize it. And that could be run as a project as part of this overall group. So I think I've mentioned this before. I don't know. I don't want to put it out of control or blow it out of proportion, but it feels like to me like a lot of people want to do things like that. Vanessa, thank you. That's wonderful. Yeah, so just a thought.
Yeah, I think maybe we can try how this goes with this one, and then for the January we can do exactly what you're saying, Ken. So basically say, okay, hey, this is what we have done. We can also mention Kelly and Lucy and how that worked, and then we can say like here is a form if you want to sponsor somebody. Here's an address. I think it's great. We could even maybe I'm just thinking we could even create, some kind of a place where just people can like kind of pre-fund, and then we can come back to them and saying like, basically this is who got funded from your ExOs.
Well, something really awesome happened. I sponsored someone and they took the coach consulting combo, right? And then they called me a few weeks ago, it's been several weeks ago now, and said, thank you for that sponsorship. I'd like to give you a ticket to this thing that I'm teaching. And so I ended up in Christine McDougall's Syntropic Enterprise course as a result, auditing effectively, because I didn't, she sponsored me into her own course, but she was paying it forward. And I just thought that was really, really nice. And that's the kind of thing that happened when you come at it with that spirit. So I just want to share that.
Yeah. Great. I think the second update is just because we've been seeing another round of people going through the advisory calls, postings and everything. And it's like, it's really impactful. We also have I'll speak about Philippines separately, but we just had people finished, and people are blown away by how quickly people apply, how generous they are, how kind they are in the community, how much they want to help, how willing they are able to do things. So there is something like really special going on when people post opportunities and when people apply. And it's very, very powerful. And we now have almost 2,500 people in the marketplace. People who have certified foundations who are qualified to be in the marketplace is 2,500 people. And I think that's starting to be impressive, because if you want a network of 2,500 kind of specialists, or, you need to go to a big consultancy like McKinsey or some other ones. Small consultancies don't have so large networks. They can have a network of 50 people or 100 people, but not 2,500, right? So I think we have created a very valuable asset. And every month I run the certification, like people are just like, like really praising that and saying like, this is amazing. So, I think we have a problem of like speaking well about ourselves out there. So applying for awards or speaking things, I think is exactly what we need, because I think we have built some really cool assets that are very powerful, and none of us are naturally like good boasters, right? About ourselves. So I think kind of, but the assets are there and amazing. The same is like, there is so many results. Like Salim has this calculation where the top 10 EXOs outperformed the bottom 10 EXOs on the Fortune 100 list 5 times 6 years ago, and now it's 14 times, right? So we have all of these like statistics and data and proofs, but we are like really, really bad at like speaking about ourselves, right? I think, so
we're busy doing stuff. We're busy doing stuff.
I think we need a bit more of that, definitely. And I think even a bit more is still going to be too little, but so I think, Nikki, what you're doing is great with the awards. And I think we just need more of that. And none of us maybe are naturally kind of people who talk about ourselves in that way. So I wanted to kind of mention that. And my final comment is that we have something amazing developing in the Philippines. So they've been at it for like about 9 months. I think Kevin went the last year. We had an ambassador there. And now basically the bottom line is that like 9 months later, they have I think like 200 or 300 people. They have, I think, about 20 or 30 certified consultants. They have 4 certified coaches. They have certified trainers. They have already run 2 cohorts of the consultant certification in partnership with us. They are now going to run an open sprint for multiple companies inspired by what Lars was doing. So they're also collaborating with Lars. They want to also be running they've been running this kind of trainings over weekends, just introducing people to things. So it's like really amazing what they have been able to build. And they have the double vision of like helping SMEs in the Philippines, but also like bringing EXO and technology to the Philippines as a country, right? So I think it's quite cool. We're actually going to do a case study on them shortly. But specifically, I wanted to mention that they are hosting an event for EO, for the Entrepreneurs Organization in the Philippines. And we'll be supporting them in that event. It's going to be in December. They also posted in the marketplace to have people, like 10 community members, to be coaches for 45 minutes just to coach some of the EO members. And they did that. And I'd like to give them a little bit of EXOs to help them with that. So I'll make a proposal in Sway. I was thinking like 500 EXO per person or something like that, but basically like to allocate a part of that and give it to them as a gift that they can give to the people for their time for the 45 minutes. So yeah, just kind of also wanted to mention there. And we also are writing, we went on a webinar, we're also writing a kind of a short article. Basically, if you want to like blow up like Philippines do in your country with EXO, these are the things that you want to do. And by the way, I also want to acknowledge Eric here, because whenever I'm speaking with people, like everybody is like Boston EXO, Boston EXO, Boston EXO. So like people are hearing and people are inspired, Eric, by what you've done, and I think it's exactly what we need, and it's awesome. And actually, we had a call last week with somebody who wants to do EXO in France, and they were partially inspired by what you did in Boston, and kind of other things. And I know that there's Berlin EXO and a lot of other things being born. So those were my three updates.
Is everybody on Discord right now, by chance?
So
I am.
Just to follow on with what you said there, Yaroslav, there's 350 people from the Philippines now, 24 consultants, and of course there's still a whole bunch to be approved. And Yaroslav, you've made me remember that I forgot to mention something. We have 8 people from Korea that have translated the EXO Sprint summary into Korean. And previously we have given folks EXOs for doing that. So I just wanted to also mention that that's something that's already happened, and that I'd like us to just be able to send EXOs over to them. So yeah, if everyone is happy, we can then get the Treasury to do that.
It's fine with me. They also translated the survey. Whenever I'm demoing the consultant survey, I'm showing it in Korean, just to because you cannot like understand anything that is on the page. But yeah.
Funny. Okay. So let's see. Please raise your hand if you have not gone yet. Okay, Michelle, why don't you go next, please?
Hi, everybody. As you know, we've been working on a platform with our team in Chile. It's called Divergenti, like Cesar likes to call it, and in Spanish, it's Divergenti. And this platform is designed to unite and coordinate the work between small businesses and specialists or people of talent on the other side. And what we're trying to do is to create like jumpstart the interaction of the specialists aiding the small businesses in their digital transformation, because now with the pandemic, most businesses are forced to quickly adopt new technical or technological methods for their business, and in order to survive. And in parallel, we won part of a grant from the government that will help us pay for part of this business or this platform. That we are thinking also to create our own token of interchange of talent with the aid of Najib and Cesar and Michal. They're aiding us to close this and hopefully launch it before the end of the year. That will be December this year. The idea is to create like a complementary economy between people who have extra time and talent, and with businesses who need this talent. So we are like the matchmaker between the two sides. It is taking form. We're still working on it. I hope we will meet our deadline of this December, and we will be the first to know how it's going to work. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. Quick shout out here. We got one comment on the YouTube channel. since we're live, it's actually live and interactive with the rest of the world. If you didn't realize that, and Salim is watching the meeting on YouTube. It looks like, and so he said, "I'm listening, but have to be on a call, and he would love to do a call with the Filipino group, especially if there's over 300 now, and he thinks that we could get a high-profile guest potentially from the Philippines to come on. So whomever wants to help own that." Kevin, it probably falls into the chief community officer bucket for the moment. Hopefully you can find someone there to outsource it to, but the staff on demand, my bad, staff on demand. And we'll go from there. So just sharing that. And I do keep an eye on the YouTube chat for anybody out there. If someone has a question about the EXOs or the EXO economy, we will try to entertain those. Michelle, I did interrupt you. Were you done?
No, I just wanted to say I hope Salim is listening, and he will. He will support us and very soon. Thank you, Salim. I hope you are listening.
I totally blew it. My son told me a really funny, silly joke about this morning, Michelle, that I meant to ask you. We have time. I'll see if I can call him in here. Maybe I can get him to share it. I have to get it because it was totally silly, but it made me fun. It made me laugh. All right. So let's see over here. I see still we have Michael Monit, we have Cesar Castro, and I think then me. So let's try to power through.
So maybe
Michael?
I can go first,
Yeah.
since I don't really have any updates. It's just good to sit back and listen. So I will pass it either to Cesar or to you, Kent.
Thank you. Cesar? Going once, going twice. I'm next. Okay, so on my side, we've got, I wanted to make everyone aware that we did something new and unique on the last EXO World event, which happened this last week. We had live interpreters. And we live streamed, of course, as we always do. It went to our own player and it went to the hop-in stage. And we had live interpreters using an amazing service, and not cheap, but amazing service to do this. And we actually live interpreted in Spanish, Chinese, and Hindi. And I get copies of those translations, and I'm going to try to put them back together, a little Humpty Dumpty style afterwards, and see if we can't publish replays in all four languages: English, Chinese, Hindi, and Spanish. And my ultimate goal, and Interactio folks, if you're watching this, is to find a way fiscally to enable this so that we're going 30 languages at a time for all major events. It was awesome. It worked beautifully. And we have to find a way to do it. And in short, their business model might not allow it. So we have to work with them on that. And as a community, I think we have enough pull to do so. So I think we'll be able to find a path. But man, it was cool. Kevin, I didn't get to even listen to any of the translations. I know Kevin got to a little bit, but, and I think that was just it was all real people, to Gerardo's question. AIs don't quite do the job yet. You can get some pretty decent AI transcripts, but if you let an AI do your translations, you end up with some pretty funny things. And we're not looking for that. We're looking for very high quality translations that open the world to us to communicate the things that we're trying to share and move. And frankly, most of the world does not speak English. So shouldn't we do something about that? And therefore we now have. And I'm really proud of that. As a team, we made the investment as a company. And now we have to figure out how to make that sustainable, because it wasn't from the one shot angle, but we'll figure it out. But super, super excited about that. Next step on Nikki's budget. Nikki, it sounds like you need to make a proposal in Sway for your budget. If it's not, you said it hadn't been approved. I don't know what it is. So maybe the best way to do that is to try the tool. Are you in agreement with that?
That's an excellent suggestion. Thank you, Ken.
Okay, you're welcome.
I thought we were just doing it on WhatsApp, so I'm good. Yeah, I'll do that.
No, we're trying to get away from that. That causes a lot of silos and stuff. So this is why we're trying to go with things like Sway and others. All right, so awesome. How much media attention do we want? I mean, I think you got your answer indirectly, but we should talk more about this because we've had almost none. I mean, this crypto project started in 2016. The token itself is over 2 years old, and it's time for the general public to become more aware that it exists and hopefully help pull us into a public market scenario. Okay, so we need media attention for that to happen. It will not happen without media attention and community support, period. Okay, there's no amount of pushing or money that can be invested. The community and the media and the attention has to pull this project into the public space. That means
Music
public
to my
listings.
ears.
So that is a huge part of why you're here, and it's also why my next update is about the project coordinator. Some of you who have applied for that position have been pinging me. It's on me that it's not yet filled. I've just been swamped, and I've said this a couple times in a row now. I am really focused on getting that one fulfilled now. So please stay tuned, and I will be in touch because I think getting this role going is the next major step for this group to continue to become more and more functional and capable. Right. So that's the goal, right, is to give this group the capabilities it needs to fulfill its mission to further the purpose of the EXO economy, which is to provide means of exchange, store of value, and act as a tokenized layer over the underlying capabilities of the entire EXO community, right? That is the utility value of the EXO's token, in a major part of it anyway. So anyways, that's it for me today. We got 7 minutes to go. So does anybody have anything that's blocking you, holding you up, making you crazy that you need to ask, share, or try to find at least a next step on, even if we don't resolve it today?
I have an idea related to the alliances, how we can engage people through alliances. I don't know how to figure it out, but I think what Jaroslav did at the platform related to offering a discount, that is a very good way to keep the attention of the people. Maybe if we can create something in that way that can add value to the community, and I think I can help with that. And I don't know how, but I am able to help in that way. Maybe create a bunch of alliances with different institutions that we can maybe focalize. Some people can study at the university any kind of stuff, or with Coursera, or with any other kind of exchanges of token that give us some,
you just reminded me of something. Angelo,
Yes.
you've reminded me of something. I'm going to share my screen, okay? Swore I wasn't going to do this today. Because we're broadcasting, let me make sure I close everything that does not need to be broadcasted. One moment, please. You have to close down a few things. Okay, here we go. So, okay, here it comes. All right, so this is the website. Actually, I don't want to start with this one. A lot of things that are coming more broadly have been happening over at what we call EXO World Media. And I'm going to start with this just as an example. There are actually many places where this is true today. This is a URL called exoworld.live/events. I will post that here in the chat. And if somebody would post that, please, in the YouTube chat for me, that would be great, because I don't want to do it right now. But the what you see here is a video player. Hello. So this video player, there's a ton of stuff in here. So here you can see a nice interview by the lovely Eric Patel and Salim and Lily. So if you click on that, you're going to get to learn all about Eric's adventures as a parent. I watched yours, Eric. It was really cool. And the point is, Angelo, that what we want, this is called a channel in our language now, right? And so I can imagine. So here's a channel for the Small Business Summit replay from last July, for example. Here's a channel about the thing that's coming up in December and that we've been working on, Kevin's been working on. Here's a channel all about meeting the open EXO community, okay? So my point is, why not have a channel about EXOs, right? The EXO economy, and get that out there. Why not have a channel about the things that you're thinking about that would be able to train people It's a freemium style model, but it leads into Yaroslav's programs, events, community, and all these things. So Nikki, to me, it sounds like what Angelo is asking for is a brainstorming session on how to get marketing fired up and look for ideas and ways to marketing and PR fired up, and look for ways to use tools like this, like is created for us. I mean, look, if you missed the EXO World Small Business Summit, it was full of insane content. Go here. You can watch the whole thing in order. And then if you find a topic you like, I don't know, money. Everybody likes money. Just search for money and it will take you through and it will surface all the sessions, not just from that one event, but from all the events. That's new. It's all AI powered. It's really, really cool. So check this out, folks. And let's find out how we can use it here. That's why I'm showing it here right now.
Cool.
And it might help Angelo and Nikki if you think about how to put all those pieces together. We're very committed to getting as many proper hubs, video hubs, and channels in them in the right places. There is no video hub or channel on economy.openexo.com. Nothing. I think we could fix that.
Let's do it.
Agree.
All right. With that,
I do have a question from last week. Oh, you were in the minute. You know how Rutanio has on the marketplace, they're taking Rutas and EXOs for either the opportunities they have offering or what they're looking for. Are we going to do the same for the Open EXO platform? Awesome.
Yes. Here's the next step. Somebody from this group needs to show up to the Thursday call, which is not happening this week because of the Thanksgiving holiday. So the next opportunity is Thursday, December 1st. The call is at, where is it? No, is that not right? Sorry, Thursday, December 3rd. The call is at 7:30 a.m. Pacific time. This is the new developer, OpenEXO Developer Network community call. The APIs are supposed to come out today. I haven't received the note from the dev team, but my anticipation is that let me just go look. I mean, you guys know I facilitate that group. No, it's not published yet. The APIs are going to be on a website called openexo.com/dev. Here it is in the link. If someone wants to put that in the YouTube channel, please, that'd be great. Right now, there's only one API published, but soon there'll be 5. That's the opening salvo to, say, Rutanio showing up to the community dev call and saying, hey, I'd like to make a proposal. This should sound very familiar. And then maybe we'll put that proposal in Sway. And then the proposal to have Ruta integrated in the OpenEXO marketplace would be real, voted on, and done, or not, as the community chooses. It's my intention to do so, Vanessa. But that's where the status is, and those are the next steps. And we have not yet implemented Sway in that meeting, in that structure. But understand that that's the very beginnings. It's the birth of the Open EXO Developer Network, and I'm also super excited about that because it's been something you don't have any idea how long I've been trying to make that real. So finally happening. Okay. You bet. So Thursday, 7:30 a.m. If you'd like an invite to the OpenEXO Developer Network weekly call, please see me for now, and I will get you added to the list. But become prepared to make something, right? It's a maker call. It's not a lurker call. I don't want lurkers. I want makers. All right. That's it. We're done. Right on time. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thanks.
Thanks, everyone.
Sorry, Cesar. We ran out of time. I tried to catch you.
No problem. No much update today. That's okay.
All right.